Next, disconnect. First, the hook is fixed with a locking pin, and the wire is hooked out. Take out the scissors. Leave about the length of a crochet to cut. After cutting, the crochet is picked up. Pick the thread out. Tension. Put on the steel needle. First, wet the thread with your mouth. Flatten it and put it in. Sew the short thread in and hide it. First, the first needle that hangs from the mark buckles. Thread from the inside of the needle to the outside. Tension after passing through. Bring in the raised part. Wear it from the bottom to the inside. Turn this mouth over again. The texture of the shortened needle hides the thread. First, look at the texture of the short stitches. It's a horizontal bar. 2 vertical bars. It forms the shape of a V word. That is to pick this V word. Hide the short thread in. Pick near the short thread. You can't see the suture needle when you pick it inside. There's no stitches on the outside. I picked the inner layer of the short needle. Sew out. Don't push too hard. Tension. After sewing, 1 stitch backwards from the short thread. Keep threading the needle forward. Release. 1 stitch backwards is equal to tying the knot and fixing it. Can't see the short thread. Cut. Remove the mark. Package body complete. Neat. Next, learn the crochet method of the bag cover. Ring starter. First, hold the thread with your right hand. Left hand open. Run a loop around your little finger. Elongate the line under the index finger. Hang on index finger. Keep stretching. No pinky. That's about the length of a crochet. You do a little loop around the middle finger. Press and hold the intersection of the coils. Crochet in right hand. You hook 14 long needles into this coil. First hook to lock pins. Standing needle as long needle. Wear it in. Hook this thread. Hook line out. The wire hooks out a lock pin. The wire hooks out the second lock pin. Remove the coil. The left thumb and middle finger. Pinch the short thread with this coil. And I pinched it. And I crocheted it. Winding passes through the coil. Be careful to wear coils and short threads. Pass the 2 together. Wire hooked out. Hook through the first 2 coils. Hook 2 more coils. Good long needle done. Take out a marker buckle. Give the first long needle. Hang up the mark buckle to mark. The long needle crocheting method here is the same as the bottom wrapping. The difference is that the bottom of the bag is a long needle hooked on the braid. The bag cover is hooked with a long needle in this ring. Keep crocheting. A long needle has been hooked. Winding passes through the coil. its coils and short threads. The second long needle continues to penetrate. Hook line out. The third long needle continues. The fourth one, a total of 14 long needles are hooked. 14 stitches finished. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. The last stitch hangs the marking buckle. Then start tightening the coils. Hold here with your right hand. Pinch this short thread with your left hand. Pull hard. Did you pull it to the middle hole? Pull again. If it is broken, it needs to be recrocheted. Next, hook pull. Penetrate through the first pin of the marking buckle hook. Wear it in. Wire hooked out in the first coil. Hook it directly through the hole of the second coil. Tighten. First lap completed. So here's the second crochet. Crochet to long needles plus needles in each stitch. The total number of needles is 28 needles. Come and learn. First crochet to lock stitches. Standing needle as long needle. Penetrate the first needle of the hook at the marking buckle. Hook to long needles and add needles. Thread the thread in. Short arrow on crochet. At least 6 stitches should be hidden. Pinch up the short thread. Pick it up from the right. Put it on crochet and pull it tight. It hangs down to the left. Wire hooked out. Crochet a long needle. After the hook is done, take out a marking buckle. Hang up the marking buckle. It is the first stitch of the second lap. The second circle is 2 hooked to long needles and add needles in each stitch. Thread again to crochet a second long needle. Wrap it in. Short thread on crochet. Hide. Wired and hooked out. Hook needle. All right. The 2 long needles in the first stitch have been completed. Take off this mark at the bottom. And then we go through the second needle. Winding. Thread it in and put the short thread on the crochet. Hold it down and crochet the needle. The second needle is also a hook and needle. Penetrate the hook again for the second needle. Hook to long needles in each stitch. 14 sets of continuous hooks. Start crocheting the third set. Winding, third pin in. Short thread on crochet. You crochet a long needle. Thread again to crochet a second long needle. Third group completed. Continue to crochet the fourth set. The fourth group completes. The rest hook themselves. Cut off the excess. Continue. Crochet to long needles in each stitch. Add needles for long needles. Crochet this whole circle. Remove the marker buckle. Thread in, crochet to long needles. Put a marker on the last stitch. Check the total number of stitches. There are 28 stitches in total in this circle. Correct. Penetrate the first stitch. Hook, pull connection, and then tighten. Second lap completed. Let's do the third crochet. Hook 1 long needle and 1 plus needle as a group. A total of 14 sets of hooks. In the first needle, crochet a long needle. 2 long needles are hooked in the second stitch. Add needles for long needles. Repeat 1, 2, 1 to 2 complete the hook. First hook to lock pins as a standing pin for the long needle. Start crocheting a long needle and a plus needle. The first stitch goes in crochet the first long stitch. After the hook is done, remove the marked buckle. Hang on the first needle. The second needle head penetrates the hook, adds a needle, and wins the thread. You crochet a long needle. Then the second needle is threaded again. Hook the second long needle. This is the pattern of the third lap. Crochet a long needle in the first stitch. Crochet 2 long needles in the second stitch. Keep repeating later. 1, 2, 1, 2. Start crocheting a long needle, a second set with needles. Now start crocheting the last set. You crochet a long needle. Crochet 1 with a needle hanging on the marked buckle.